Hello, ELA A10 students. It's Mr. Judge here. How are you? I hope you and your families are healthy and safe, and you guys are making some time as well to get some fresh air because the weather's a changing for the better. Also, too, I hope that you've managed to connect with all your teachers so far. If you're watching this video, which I hope you are, watching it all the way through, that is, hopefully it can give you some insights as to where we're going this semester. So, welcome back. It's official. We're back into some form of teaching, learning, and classwork environment. So it's important that you take up, if you're choosing option one or two, you take up the novel that we're starting with, and as well, you continue with the course so as to take away some learning that'll help you with next year. It's kind of nice as an ELA teacher to be able to look back at grade 10 learning and for us to count on that you did some of it because otherwise, a lot of your experiences and a lot of your learning, which is kind of growing as the years go on, doesn't really happen. We need to count on what you learn in grade 10 so that we can develop you as grade 11 learners and then as grade 12 learners. So make sure you're keeping up with whatever it is you chose in terms of option one or option two. Our course is going to return with a study of Ray Bradbury's Fahrenheit 451. It's not a novel I encountered actually till I started teaching. Mr. Spence across the hall recommended it to me, and I picked it up, and it was awesome. I've read Ray Bradbury's short stories before, The Veldt and others, and I like his writing style. He's also somebody who's not afraid to, or was not afraid, may he rest in peace, was not afraid to address the failures of society and where he saw society going and its downfall. And that's what makes this such a cool novel to read, is that it's like he wrote this in the 40s and 50s. He wrote it originally as short stories and was publishing them, and then he put it into a novel. And it's like, oh, he was able to predict quite a bit about us, our obsession with screen time, our need to become introverted for long hours of the day so as to kind of find some coping mechanism with things that aren't really that challenging. There's a lot of things that we do wrong in our world, and Ray Bradbury and a lot of other authors saw them coming. So it's really cool to read this novel for that reason. In our novel study, I've broken up into two parts between now, which is April 20th. Hopefully, you're watching this Monday morning when it's released, all the way up until Sunday, May 17th, which is my birthday. So you're going to have two parts in there. From Monday, April 20th to Sunday, May 4th, you've got the first half of the novel that you're expected to read. And with that reading, I'm going to put you through some assignments and activities that are going to make you think about the genre, science fiction and speculative fiction, and what those are all about, as well personal experiences. What have you seen or read that you liked or not, and why, as it falls into one of those two. Then I'm also going to have you dive into a bit of an understanding as to the themes of this novel. They're profound, they're huge. And so I want you to answer a few prompts honestly. And then at the very end of our novel reading, just kind of like our prompts that we shared in class when it came time to think about the life of Nelson Mandela and what it meant to be marginalized, we're going to come back to those prompts. And I'm going to ask you if your answers changed. In other words, in light of reading a book, was it a game changer? Or in light of reading a novel, was it a game changer for you in terms of maybe opening your eyes to seeing a different world or perspective or point of view? It's really important we allow novels and films and story to impact us. So that's what I'm asking you to do, is share with me whether or not the novel did that. And it doesn't have to, but if it did, let me know how. So that's going to be part of it too. As well with this novel study in part one, you're going to have a couple novel study quizzes. They're open book, they're in Google Forms, and provided you've answered the chapter questions that came with the teacher guided novel study content and classwork, you'll see that's the first tab that was opened as of Monday, April 20th, that you can open as of that date. There are some chapter questions that came with the novel. If you've answered those, you might be ready for the open book novel study quiz. So that means that you need to actually go through, and maybe those are a great way for you to think about what you should be looking for while you read. Anyways, there's a couple open book novel study quizzes. There's a debate whereby some of you are going to side with Beatty, an antagonist or villain, and some of you are going to side with Faber, who is kind of a passive good guy in the story. And then part two, which starts on Monday, May 4th, or is it Monday, May 5th? You're going to get part two diving back into an open book novel study quiz, but then you're going to be wrapping it up with a literary review. You get to tell me why you do or don't like this novel, and you get to pinpoint it based on certain good reasons. And I want it to be informal. We're going to talk about formalized, informal writing style, if that makes any sense. And then we'll close with a return to prompts, which is a really brief activity, but one that I think a lot of you are going to notice that a novel can influence your opinions, beliefs, and values. So otherwise, welcome back to ELA 10. I hope all is well. And do not be afraid to get a hold of me via email, Google Chat, or Google Meet. Google Meet is a video conferencing app through Google. I'm going to post a how to use it video so that maybe I can connect with some of you as not just part of an upcoming assignment or activity, but so we can meet maybe one-on-one to talk with the novel if you feel like you're getting lost in it and you're not quite sure what it's all about. All right, take care, and I hope to hear from you soon. Bye-bye.